Hi, my name is Scott. As you've seen in the last two videos I have for the Evolution, I also decided to buy the Evolution saw. This is actually a multi-purpose saw with the variable blades, but when I bought it from Amazon it came only with the steel blade itself. But in this video we're going to describe what came with it, and on order is the extra multi-purpose blades for this, and as well as you've seen earlier, an extra blade for the Evolution Rage. Alright, this thing came in with this big old box, this saw, goggles. This actually is a cap that goes where the breather, you can put a vacuum cleaner to it, shop vac. Got an Allen wrench and a pair of bushings and a guide. The bushings actually go here on the motor when you unscrew this end and the opposite end, so that's just what keeps the motor running. And the manual didn't actually say how long it'll last, but you check it periodically, you'll be okay. All right, this one right here is a 3,500 horsepower RPMs circular saw, and yes, I'm quite excited for this. It automatically came with this handle. Same thing as your regular circular saws, but it will have everything you actually need. Okay, I talked to a friend of mine online. He wanted to see a little bit more about it. I told him I'd show him how to change the blades out, which I'm not going to use my gloves for that, because actually we're not demonstrating today, but we will be demonstrating shortly after that. All right, there's two scrum screws on the back. You unscrew off. You got one on one side and you got one on the other. Panel comes off. Allen wrench goes onto the screw. Right here is the brake for the blade. Counterclockwise, it does state right-handed screw, so lefty-loosey, tighty-righty. It's simple. Like I didn't mention on the Evolution Rage, the blades are not interchangeable with your regular miter saws. That's a 1-inch arbiter, and this is also a 1-inch arbiter. This is a 20-40 teeth blade for metal. I have the other ones coming in. I asked different dealerships, Home Depot, Lowe's, and other places that actually might have carried these. Lowe's is the only one I've come across that does carry multiple types of Evo blades, from aluminum to heavier steels, and I've ordered from Home Depot online your multi-purpose, which is one that you saw from for the Revolution Rage miter saw. Assemble it again, put it back in, and to correct myself on the blade, it's actually 3/4 inch, not an actual 1 inch. So they made it more difficult, so you cannot use other saw blades at 7 1/4, which really bites. I like things interchangeable, especially when the blades are a lot cheaper. Trying it back up, you do the same opposite thing. Make sure it's tight and make sure it seats. Case back together. And by the way, this Pacific also has an overload switch. It's a breaker in case the power. Now, this one has a guide, and how the guide actually goes in. It says up, angled. It slides into two little crevice areas. It has these two little screws on the opposite side. That slide through. There it goes. And all you do is you tighten it up, snug them in, make sure the metal doesn't change, and that's your guide. It did come with a pair of goggles, like I mentioned. The only thing is, this is strictly for metal, and the blade was sent that way from Amazon, and this is actually used. I bought it also for $130, and everything I've gotten so far from Amazon, from the third party as well, so far it's been well enough. Most of my equipment that I bought that has been cost effective through Amazon, I recommend it. It's not something to be playful, but this right here. Now, this is no more than 3,500. Now here's the difference. This right here is your standard 7 1/4 circular saw. This is strictly for wood, and the blades that come out happen to be with a 5/8 arbiter, which is what the bolt goes into. Multiple blades, multiple things. When I put the multi-purpose blade on, I will not have to change a blade no matter what I cut. If it's PVC, if it's copper, if it's steel, if it is aluminum or any wood, the blade will cut through it all. Here I'd have to change out the blade several times, but it goes back to the same speed of 5,500, just like your regular miter saws. The wood will be a lot cleaner compared to a slower that cuts multi-purpose. And let me bring back an oldie but goodie. This is an antique. This is a 5.5 Black & Decker compact that they very seldomly have blades for with a 5/8 arbiter. But this is actually 4,400. Like I said, I have saws, and I am actually turning around retiring of quite a few of them to make sure I put this in operation to the fullest extent. When I get the new blades, I will demonstrate what it also cuts brick. It has a masonry bit to go with it. It will cut without using water, where most stonework has to be cut. Don't ask me how it works. I will demonstrate that when I actually can. Thank you, and I hope you stay tuned for the next videos.